How did I beat the Alpha Caverns using only rares? Let's find out. What's up, guys? I really wanted to be able to take my time with this video. I was looking forward to recording it this weekend. Actually, what I was going to do was live stream my final push from 140 to 150. Unfortunately, the team decided to end the alpha early. So rather than ending it on Sunday, they're ending it on Friday. And I work this week. In fact, I just got home from work. It's 7 in the morning and I need to go to bed because I have to get up in about 8 hours to start getting ready for work later today. This is like my 4th attempt trying to record this video. I'm not very good at making things up on the spot. So I'm just rather than trying to make a really cool video, I'm just going to be earnest and talk to you guys about how I feel with my rares only run. I'm a little sad that I couldn't spend more time on this video because I think it's a cool one. And yeah, I don't know, but I was really hoping to make a whole legit video out of this. But basically, the rares that carried me the most were Scotty. She's really good. She has a freeze on her core ability, she has a freeze on her basic ability, and she has AoE decreased speed. She carried so hard. I would not have been able to do this without her. I will show you how I have her built. This was for the final boss to push his divinity meter back. But we have basically just high accuracy, high speed, and a good amount of initiative. That's all I really cared about for Scotty. I want her moving fast with accuracy so she can freeze enemies. Next, we have Isolde. Her speed is 212. She's my turn meter manipulator. She's got a turn meter boost on the core ability. She's got a turn meter boost on the ultimate. She's also got really good heals. We'll cover that in a bit. But because she's my turn meter booster, I wanted her fast. So we got her to 212 with 102 initiative. And as much HP as I can get on her while still making her really fast. The reason I wanted her with high HP is because on her passive, when she does heal, it scales off of her max HP. So she heals all allies by 5% of her max HP whenever a defender is attacked. So for early game progression through the waves, Shishi was my hard carry. And the reason she was particularly good is because of her ultimate. She places a protect on all allies except for herself for 2 turns, and then places a shield equal to her defense on all allies. If the ally is from TN, then the buff cannot be removed. That was basically irrelevant. It's the protect. So I don't know if this is working as intended or if this is a bug. But when Shishi would protect her allies, the way protect works... Oh, we can't get the tooltip. The way protect works is it's similar to ally protect and raid. So Shishi puts a buff on the allies, and while the allies are under that buff, if they would take damage, a percentage of that damage is rerouted to Shishi and prevented from them. It prevents 15% of incoming damage to her allies, and Shishi takes that damage instead. When Shishi would take the damage from the protect buff routing the damage to her, it would trigger Isolde's passive, which would give a 5% heal to the entire enemy. So if you can imagine, Shishi and then ally, when I get hit with an AoE, Shishi takes damage, Shishi takes damage, Shishi takes damage, Shishi takes damage. So 4 instances of damage. So it instantly healed back up for 20% of Isolde's max HP. It was really good. And also the shield for a little bit of damage soaking was really great. And they also have attack down 1 on their primary skill. And with their passive, when an enemy would attempt to place a debuff on an ally, there's a 60% chance to heal them by 3% of their max HP. And if Shishi receives a debuff, place a barrier equal to 50% of the defense on this hero. I think this was bugged too, because Shishi was putting barriers on my entire team. So I was getting way more value out of this hero than I probably should have. That's not to say I couldn't have completed the caverns, because ultimately I didn't rely on Shishi for the final waves and even the final bosses. I think I could have done it without. I ended up switching to Tristane mostly, because I just wanted to see how he would work with Isolde here, because they partnered together. They have a synergy. Tristane was cool. I liked him. I'll probably build him in wave 2 just to see what he's like in the early game. I might actually, no, I take that back. I'm really hoping for wave 2 that they've fixed Hippolyta's ultimate. She's supposed to attack one enemy with all allies from the Olympus faction, and then one random ally. This rarely worked, and when it did, it would bug out the game and freeze it, and it was an issue. So hopefully this is fixed for wave 2, because I would really like to use her alongside Icarus, because he's also from the Olympus faction. Speaking of Icarus, holy moly, this guy can smack. So his core ability, the first time you use it, is about on par with most of the starters. It's plus or minus a couple, percentage points, depending on which starter you're comparing them to. Inconsequential, it's like, they're very similar. But he's got this additional passive built in where his attack increases by 20% when defeating an enemy. Which means when he gets kills with this, he can gain a total of an additional 60% attack. So it will be as if he's constantly has a 60% attack buff on him at all times. And then when that happens, he absolutely smacks. His basic attack annihilates. His ultimate hits really hard. It's crazy. So I relied on him heavily to kill the enemy ISIS waves. He was my ISIS annihilator. Like, without him, I don't think I would have been able to do it. 100%. And to help him be my ISIS annihilator, I brought in Maria Marevna for the ISIS waves in particular, because she attacks one enemy and then reduces the defense of the target by 2%, stacking up to 5 times. So now I usually only got to use this once per ISIS, but it was just enough that my Icarus was able to one-shot them when they have fully healed. So this was really good. And she gets this ultimate so fast. Like, I was basically using it and then take a turn, and then using it and then taking a turn, and then using, like, it was like pew, pew. So, and her damage is respectable, but if I'm being perfectly honest, she could use a buff. Like, her ultimate is a single target damaging attack, and it does respectable damage. But she's a single target damage. If someone's ultimate is a single target damaging attack, it should really bring the thunder. It felt underwhelming. Even though she was what allowed me to do it, it was really Icarus who was bringing the thunder. She was sort of just like bumping it so he could spike it, so to speak. I just wanted to take a chance on her because she was strong affinity to ISIS, so I wouldn't have to worry about weak hits, which is why I wasn't using Guan Yu or Lady Zoc. They're weak affinity. But yeah, she did just enough damage for me to set up Icarus to finish them off, and that's really all I needed. And I also was using her attack aura in some of those fights too, because I wasn't one-shotting them, and I just needed just a tiny bit more of a boost. It's like, let's just put the attack aura in. So for the high-end ISIS waves, basically not 132, but every wave that contained ISIS after that, I had to rely on Maria Marevna to help Icarus slay the ISISes. Yeah, so that's basically it. Those are the heroes I used. I wish I could do a more in-depth guide. I really wish I would have been able to live stream this for you guys. But just due to things beyond my control, that's just not the case. But hopefully you found this entertaining. Hopefully they fixed some of the issues. Also, Shishi has a joint attack that doesn't work either. So defenders and Tien. So if you start with Guan Yu, keep an eye out for Shishi. Hopefully they fixed her core ability, and you can maybe make a cool team with like 2 defenders. So if you did like Shishi and Hippolyta, you have 2 joint attackers, because Shishi brings defenders in on the joint attack, and then Hippolyta brings in Olympians. So you could have, I don't know, Shishi, Hippolyta, Guan Yu, Icarus would be like a really cool early game team, just for some like fun ally attack synergies. But yeah, these every rare you see here that is level in Hippolyta. I didn't use her in the end, but I did use her a little bit just to kind of test her out. But these were the 9 rares. This was my dream team. I will say, if I had built Icarus early on, I wouldn't have needed Guan Yu, and I wouldn't have needed to build Lady Zoc. I just wanted to test her out. So really, it was Icarus, Shishi, Scotty, Isolde, Tristane, Maria Marevna, and then Hippolyta to a lesser extent. These were like the core. Really, these 4 right here. I probably could have found a way to get it done using just these 4. So to me, those were the MVPs. And sorry I couldn't, you know, give this to you guys live the way I would have liked to, but it's for the best. They ended the alpha early to give the team more time to fix the bugs to make Wave 2 better. So it is what it is. You know, I'm a little disappointed, but I understand. It's for the greater good. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys.